Hello everybody, today I am doing a video that I've never done before. It's going to be a palette bingo, and this particular one is brand specific. It's going to be a palette bingo with Tarte palettes. I've already done my entire face. I'm looking exceptionally glowy today. I used a different highlight than I normally do, and it's very in your face, so that's not oil, that's just like exceptionally glowy highlight. I chose 4 palettes. I don't really want to try my hand at too many because I'm not an expert makeup eyeshadow applier by any means, so I don't want to like go overboard and choose more than I can actually realistically use. So I chose 4 of my palettes. I will be pulling numbers with a random number generator from my phone, and then I will zoom in so we can focus on the eyes today. So I actually have enough Tarte palettes where I could do this again with completely different palettes. I don't know, I really like Tarte as a brand. I'm going to show you the 4 palettes that I picked to do this with. So the first one is this. This is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette, and a lot of people have a lot to say about this palette. It is extremely just neutral shades. Majority of them are shimmer. That is the only matte one. So I'm actually going to start from the matte one and go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and around the circle that way. So this is the first one we have to choose from, or the random number generator is going to choose from. And the Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow formula, I feel like is different than their normal palettes, so just throwing that out there. It feels it's much more creamy feeling, kind of wettish, and it's a lot more bouncy and soft in texture. So the next one is a limited edition palette, and this is the Make Believe in Yourself palette. And I don't believe you will be able to purchase this one, but I know sometimes they're limited edition palettes they throw back up on the site during certain random sales where you can buy them. So this is another palette where it's predominantly shimmers. Tarte is so shiny, it's hard to show you, but there's only one matte shade in here, and it's that one. The rest are shimmers, so we could potentially get a pretty cool shimmer. I'm not going to count this middle shade as one of the shadows. I consider that more so a highlighter, so I'm not going to throw that into the shadows, but I'm going to actually start number 1 at this matte shade and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around like that. So that's the second palette we're going to be pulling from. The third palette, I'm like, okay, I need to try to get some mattes into the equation, so I'm going to use one of my absolute favorite palettes from Tarte. This is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I feel like everybody probably knows what this is. You're no stranger to what this offers. Here are the shades, extremely cool toned. It's got quite a few mattes, only 3 shimmer shades to pull from in here, so I feel like this could really help with the look. And then the last one that I'm going to potentially get something cool from is this holiday palette from 2019. This is their Winter Wonderglam palette, and I thought that this would be kind of cool to throw in because it has some fun shades that we could potentially get. It's got a good mixture of mattes, shimmers. It also has a few pressed glitters thrown in. So basically, you know, it's got quite a variety of things that we can be pulling from. So let us go ahead and pull. So I'm going to start with the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette. So this little guy here has 8 shades in it, so I'm going to pull my random number generator. It does say 1 through 8. Let me generate a number, and it picked number 2. So looking at the palette, I said that the matte shade was going to be number 1, and then this next to it would be number 2, so this is the shade it pulled. So there is that shade, and it is the shade Heat Wave. So I think we could do something with that one. So the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette has 10 shades in it, so I will do my random number generator, 1 through 10, generate. Oh, and this one actually chose 10. Okay, cool. So kind of similar to the last one, if we're going around, this first shade is the one, number 1. I'm not including this shade, so this would be number 10, and that is the shade Pixie. So honestly, like, it looks extremely, extremely similar to the last shade we just got. It just has more of a duochrome kind of reflect in it, if you can see. Okay. This is what I was fearing, that we were going to get a lot of shimmers. Going to the Tartelette in Bloom palette, this one has 12 shades to choose from, so I have it 1 through 12. I accidentally pressed it. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to regenerate it for the camera. Number 10 again. So 4, 8, 9, okay. This is actually something cool that we can work with. This is the shade Sweetheart. It is a matte shade, and it is a matte pinky shade, pinkish brownish shade to be specific, so it actually goes very well with the other colors that were selected. I'm trying to get better at swatching, but I'm really not the best. I don't know if it's like my hands, if they're really small or something, but that actually goes with our theme very nicely. So let us go to the last palette, the Big Daddy Big Boy palette. This one has 24 shades in it, so let me go back to my random number generator and do 1 through 24, generate number 20. Okay, so number 20 in this palette is this one right down here next to the pressed glitter shade. So it is a deeper matte brown shade. So I don't know why my swatches just suck. It's that one on the bottom there. So this is actually an extremely cohesive color story. I could have got a few random things, but I was figuring with Tarte palettes anyway, they're generally pretty neutral, so I think we can definitely make something work with this. So I'm going to zoom into my eyes, and then we can start with the look. Alright guys, so I've zoomed you in as close as I want to be to my eyes, so you can kind of see a little better what's going on. So going off of my color story, I'm going to start by, normally I like to set, first of all, I've already primed my eyes, sorry, and I did use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Normally I like to use a color to set my lids so they're not as tacky from priming, but I don't think we're going to have the luxury of doing that, so I'm going to go into the Tartelette in Bloom palette and take the shade we got from here, that Sweetheart shade, and I'm going to take this Sweetheart shade and I'm going to blend this into my crease. I do have to work a little bit with it to build it up to kind of a desired intensity, but I don't know. I like Tarte shadows. So that is where I'm gonna go with that one. Okay, so then I'm going to go into the shade we got from the Wonderglam palette. It's this deep brown shade right here. I think it's called Reindeer Snack, according to the ones on the back. I'm going to take this and focus it on the outer portion of my eye to kind of see if I can deepen anything. It's kind of looking weird on my eye. I don't know if I had another color on the brush, but it's almost turning into a weird blackish shade. Like, it has some weird undertone to it or something. I don't know if that'll work too well. Yeah, like, do y'all see that? It's changing colors. So, that's peculiar. I don't particularly think that's like a problem with my brush, but I don't know, a little weird. I'm going to go back into that shade from the Tartelette palette and kind of bring it back into my crease. And again, since I did give 4 extremely neutral shades, this isn't going to be a super, like, ridiculous look or anything, so. Now, let's see, these shimmery shades I got, they're so extremely similar to one another, I'm just, like, kind of trying to look at them. So, I think what I'm going to do is take this shade from the Rainforest of the Sea palette. It is this one right here called Heat Wave, and I think I'm going to put this on my lid. But I have a feeling that this isn't going to go on too well with a brush, just kind of from using these before, or maybe I'm wrong. It seems to be layering on pretty well. Just felt it fall all over my nose though. So that is honestly where I'm going to stop with that. I want to go back into that shade from the Winter Luxe whatever Wonderglam palette. Kind of bring more of that on my outer with a fluffy brush. Like, I'm lucky that I got shades that go well together, but it's just not giving me the desired intensity that I normally like to have. Yeah, honestly, that's about all I can do with this. Okay, now for the Make Believe in Yourself palette, I'm going to take this one, and I got the shade Pixie, which is this very light pink shade right here, and I am going to put this in my inner corner. It's a very pretty duochrome-y shade. Normally I like a little bit more of a pop, like light in my inner corner. And I also think I'm going to just kind of bring this onto my lid a little bit as well, just for a little bit extra. Okay, it's trying. I mean, it's there. Not as intense of a look as I would normally like. I'm going to smoke something out under my lower lash line. I just feel like I need something. So I'm going to choose that shade we got from the Winter Wonderglam palette. I believe it's called Reindeer Snack. And take it and smoke it. Whoa. I just literally saw like dust fly up in the air from this shade. Smoke it under my lower lash line. I don't know. I just kind of want to have a little something extra with this look, because it's just kind of screaming boring to me. This is nothing I would like have picked for myself. And honestly, like, that's about all I can do with these colors. That's going to be my look. I'm going to do the other eye off camera, pop on some mascara, maybe eyeliner, I don't know, and come back at the end. Alright guys, so here is the final look with the palette bingo of the Tarte palettes. I'm not like upset with the look in any means. It's not something I would normally go for. It's kind of light. I kind of like to have a little bit more smokiness on the outer portion of my eye. Although it's like not something super offensive and gross. It actually, like the palette bingo gods, I guess, actually gave me pretty cohesive colors, but again, I was pulling from Tarte palettes, which are like extremely neutral and generally share similar color stories. But overall, like, I'm not super upset with the look. I do want to say that this one shade from this Winter whatever palette is a very, very odd shade. It's a very weird consistency, extremely powdery, kind of chalky, and kind of translates with this weird blackish, brownish hue on my lid. I don't know if my brush like had something else on it or if that's just that shade, but it's very odd. Otherwise, like, I'm not super upset with the eye look. I mean, I could go out in public and be perfectly fine with this on my eyes, you know? It's not like super gross and offensive. So I'm going to try to do more of these There's a few other brands that I have enough of their palettes to do these bingos with. Maybe I'll try with 5 palettes or something. I don't know. I feel like 4 is like my sweet spot because I'm not like a makeup expert or anything, like I said at the beginning of the video. So if you guys have liked what you've seen, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it all, and until next time guys, I'll see y'all later. Bye!